The top line days after Turkey said President Trump assured its president the United States would stop arming Syrian Kurds. The Pentagon said Monday that it has not stopped sending the weapons. The Hill's Ellen Mitchell reports the Defense Department on Monday said it is reviewing the process it uses to provide equipment and weapons to Kurdish fighters with the Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF) but has not halted sending weapons. Pentagon spokesman Col Robert Manning told reporters that the department is reviewing pending adjustments to the military support provided to our Kurdish partners inasmuch as the military requirements of our defeat Islamic State in Iraq and Syria and stabilization efforts will allow us to prevent ISIS from returning. Turkey's foreign minister said Friday that President Trump committed to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan that the United States would no longer supply arms to Syrian Kurdish fighters. Turkey considers the SDF Kurds, known as the YPG, to be an extension of outlawed Kurdish insurgents within its country, the Kurdistan Workers' Party. Read the rest here. Watchdog finds VA failed to report potentially dangerous doctors. A new Government Accountability Office report has found that the Department of Veterans Affairs medical centers failed to report potentially dangerous doctors to a national database meant to prevent such healthcare providers from finding work elsewhere. The Hill's Jesse Hellman reports 5 medical centers within the Department of Veterans Affairs failed to report 8 potentially dangerous doctors to a national database where such information is collected, according to the results of a government investigation released Monday. The Government Accountability Office found in its review of 5 VA medical centers that 148 providers were reviewed from October 2013 through March 2017 after concerns were raised about their conduct. Of the 9 medical providers who had actions taken against them or who resigned during the investigation, 8 were not reported to the National Practitioner Data Bank, a national database that collects information about the professional conduct and competence of providers. Read more here. Somalia strike kills ISIS fighter. U.S. forces carried out an airstrike against the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. ISIS in Somalia on Monday, killing 1 fighter. U.S. Africa Command AFRICOM said in a news release. The strike, which was coordinated with the Somali government, happened in the country's northeast at about 3 p.m. local time, according to AFRICOM. U.S. forces will continue to use all authorized and appropriate measures to protect U.S. citizens and to disable terrorist threats, the release said. This includes partnering with the African Union Mission in Somalia and Somali National Security Forces (SNSF) in combined counter-terrorism operations and targeting terrorists, their training camps, and their safe havens throughout Somalia and the region. Read the rest here. HILLCAST is here starting Tuesday. Check out the Hill's new daily podcasts. Journalists Alexis Simondinger and Niv Ellis provide a behind-the-scenes view of the latest breaking developments, drilling deep to get to the heart of what's happening, and why it matters to you. Listen to AM View weekday mornings, PM View weekday afternoons, and Power Politics on the weekend. Subscribe now. Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn and tap for TOMORROWA. Senate Foreign Relations Committee subpanel will hold a confirmation hearing for Christopher Ford to be Assistant Secretary of State for International Security and Non-Proliferation, and Ylem Poblete to be Assistant Secretary of State for Verification and Compliance at 10 a.m. at the Senate Dirksen Office Building, Room 419, http://bit.ly/hexvalkasami. The Hill soldier killed in non-combat incident in Iraq. The Hill opinion from immigration to opioids. Mexico is a partner in U.S. national security. The Hill opinion relabeling North Korea a terrorist state. A long time coming. Reuters. South Korea warns North not to repeat armistice violation. Associated Press. U.S. Syria poses threat to global chemical weapons ban. Associated Press. Women get chance to one-up the men in mixed infantry units. The Washington Post. Pentagon tried to block independent report on child among Afghan forces. Senate office says please send tips and comments to Rebecca Keel, @Keel@thehill.com, and Ellen Mitchell, eMitchell@thehill.com. Follow us on Twitter @TheHill, @Rebecca H_K, @Ellen Mitchell 23.